Consumer Price Index report. It shows prices for consumers went up about 2.7% over the past year.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that Lisa and Mike Kelly talked about. So we also want to touch on how consumer experts say tariffs showed some impact on prices, but overall inflation accelerated slightly less than expected. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp picks up the story from here. Rachel, you talked with a consumer expert about this very issue. What did they say?
Well, good evening, Mike and Eva. So they say that this latest report kind of is a good mixture of good and bad news. They say that inflation for the most part remains steady, but that there are indicators that the president's tariffs are already applying some pressure on businesses who then could pass it on to consumers. The Consumer Price Index report, which is the data that looks at the costs of goods and services like groceries, clothing, gas, household items, transportation, and more, is a key economic indicator used to track inflation. On Tuesday, the Bureau of Labor Statistics released their July CPI report, and for the most part, it shows inflation remains stable.
It's at 2.7, and it's not accelerating, but there are warning signs which bring us to the core inflation, which is slightly higher at 3.1%.
The White House describes it as a win.
Ignore the panicans and trust in President Trump. That is our motto here at the White House. The America First economic agenda is working.
Consumer experts describe the latest report as a mixed picture.
We are seeing that consumers are facing the continued cost pressure. But again, there is a modest slowdown that is somewhat reassuring. So we see lower energy costs, we see more stable food prices, and somewhat more moderate expenses. Now, on the business side, what this means is that the rising inflation signals basically an underlying cost pressure for the businesses, small and large, especially when it comes to those tariffs and service-related industries. While we do see that there is basically the headline is more positive this month, or at least month over month, there is definitely an upward pressure that may be squeezing those businesses.
Now, Mike and Eva, so the expert that I spoke with says that it is likely that the Federal Reserve could potentially cut interest rates later in the next few weeks at their next meeting. But again, we'll just have to wait and see. But after this report was released, the president took to social media once again criticizing the Federal Reserve Chair, Jerome Powell, saying that now is the time for Powell to lower those interest rates.